Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Medieval Mirage Monday. As I mentioned last week, I want to do fabric covers for the journals. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to do some sort of hemp base. So I've got a bundle of mixed pieces of hemp. They are all different. Different weights, different shades of ecru and beige, and a little piece of this I'll call it a doily, but it was bigger, and I've got a stamped bit, but I might put like some vintage sort of embroidery. Now, I mean, I just wing it. I put our papers in here are A4, so I basically just folded the paper like this, placed it on, was an old pillowcase, put a snip and ripped it to get my height, just slightly bigger than the papers, and I want it longer. So put that there, and then if I fold that over, I want to leave a bit of space for a spine, and I want it longer like that, and it's going to wrap around. Okay, that's how I figure it out. There's no measuring involved, but I will give you, I've got 3 here because I don't know, I'm going to prepare 3 covers. I don't know whether I'll do 3 journals, we'll see. So this measures about 19 inches long and 9.5 inches tall. There you go. So basically what I'm going to do, this is a piece of mangle cloth, so it's just a piece of linen. I may rip the pieces a little bit. I think I'll put that one, I might put that one there. I'm just going to start laying them out and getting a feel for the textures, and that's a lovely selvage there. So I'm just going to cover this piece of fabric in all different shades and sizes of hemp, and I don't just want 2 there actually. I think I'll put that there like that in a different direction. Let's see if I can rip it. Sometimes the hemps you can rip, sometimes you can't, so that will go there. This one I will slide over a little bit further, so they do overlap, and then we'll have maybe a piece like that. So this is my measuring. Put it on top and rip it or cut it like so. This does not rip, so I'll have to cut that, but I think I've got too bigger expanse of that one. This is a beautiful textural one actually. I actually only want to see that much of that, so I'm going to take some off. So I'm just going to pull it out, take some of that off, because I don't like to have anything lined up. So that one's going to go there. And I want to have a nice piece of this one. That I'll line that up because I don't mind that. This does not tear because it's a thicker one. Just eyeball it. I don't care if it's not perfect. And then we'll have a piece of this. Just fold it up and trim. Put that one there, and then I might have a piece of this here. We'll just see. Put that there, and then what else do we have here in the? Here's a nice little textural piece. We might put that there like that. So, what I'd like to do is just put a crease in, and I'll keep it because that might not tear in that direction. I just fold it over and snip along with my scissors, and you get a fairly decent cut on it. Like nothing, like, I mean, look at that, that's shocking, but that's how I am, messy. Put that there, and where are my other ones? Let's see. I might slide that one under. Like so. And then we might have a piece of this, not quite tall enough. I could put it down that way, but see that I don't like them going like that, and it doesn't quite make it so. Oh, that's the same as that, similar to that one anyway. Unless I were to put this one here, it doesn't overlap, but I liked the contrasting color there, so no. Could have that, and maybe a piece of this here. So that'll all be stitched down, and I might put that there. So that's going to be one cover, and I have this much left out of my pack. Oh, excuse me. So I'll get my pins if I can find them. My pins are buried. Oh no, here they are on top. I'm looking for them. I thought they were buried. So what you can do is you can put a tiny bit of glue underneath if you don't want to use pins, and the glue will hold it in place while you stitch it down. So I'm going to do a kind of invisible stitch to hold all the fabrics in place. Oh, they only just overlap, so I need to pull that over a bit. You've got to make sure they overlap. Oh, if they don't, you just put a lace or something there. It's not the end of the world. Go there. So just pinning it all in place. And then I'm going to actually probably glue this to some painters, you know, artist canvas. I've got a roll of artist canvas. Actually, I don't have much left. I don't know if I can still buy it. But yeah, canvas, and that will make it stiff. And so I'll be gluing this onto that. So I'll just show you how I'm going to start stitching this, and then I'll stitch it off camera. Like I'm going to do my invisible stitch. If you don't like hand stitching, you would just get your sewing machine. You can zigzag around the edge. So zigzag first around this one, then go around this one, up there, across there. Do you know what I mean? Like you can zigzag or straight stitch them all down in place. I'm going to hand stitch, because that's just how I am lately. I like to hand stitch. So I will probably start kind of in the center. Actually, I'll start, yep, I'll just go through the center. So put a knot, go through, do a tiny stitch on top and a long stitch at the back. I'll flip it over and show you in a sec. I think I may have gone, oh no I didn't, I caught it. So you don't want to go down where you came up, you need to go next to it. And I like to keep my piece flat, laid out flat as much as possible. So that way I'm making sure that all my fabrics are not bunching up. I'm not going to worry. I should have a longer needle, actually would be easier, but it's harder to thread. But anyway, let's see if I can thread a longer needle. Let's grab a Milner's needle. It'll be easier to go forward with. Oh, I did it. So next to where I came up, it's very thick, this needle, but it's longer, easier to grab. So basically I'm going to go across in rows. I'm actually not going to worry too much about my edges of my fabrics, because I'm going to do a stitch around those, an overcast stitch in an embroidery floss, I think. Okay. It's really not hard at all. really is the best stitch. And I'll tell you why I like to do this rather than just stitch around. I could just stitch around the edges and be much faster. This doesn't actually take that long to do. You can do it and watch a YouTube or something, or TV while you're doing it. And I just like it because all of the fabrics are really stitched down, and they're not, you don't get any puckering. When you don't stitch all your fabric, if you only stitch around the edge of your fabrics, you're going to get, not puckering, but you're going to have like puffiness. And I like my fabrics to all be amalgamated in with each other. Now here's a little bit thicker, so I may have to pick it up and push a little bit harder because I'm going through, I think, 4 layers there. I've got, yes, 4 layers. I've got this one, this one, this one, and the base as well. Maybe even 5. I might be grabbing that one as well. But you're sort of starting in the center and you're catching a lot of the, you know, all the different layers of fabric. Starting to make them become one. I just want to show you how I turn the corner, and then I'll do the rest off camera. Like, I'm not going to exaggerate with my stitching on this piece because I, you know, you don't want to take too long to do it, but you want it to look nice. So I'm at the end here. I can see that I'm at the end of my base fabric. So I'm going to come down here. How much is that? About, oh, probably 1/2 inch or a bit more than 1/2 inch. And then I turn my piece around and I come back the other way. And I'll do that all the way down here, and then I'll do the same all the way back here. It's actually very relaxing to do this because it's kind of mindless. You don't have to think too much except just make sure your fabrics are flat and not bunching up. And the more you do, the easier it gets because you can start removing lots of pins that sort of get in the way. I chose not to put glue because I am going through a lot of it with my needle, so I don't really want to have glue. Now you can see on the back, long stitches at the back and teeny tiny stitches at the front. So this is going to be the last with this thread. Oh, and it unthreaded. How did I know that was going to happen? So I'm going to end that off and then continue on and get that done. I won't put you through the rethreading, and then I will come back. Okay, so I'm back. They are pretty much stitched down. Those bits are lifting, but I'm going to go around those. But first I want to decide what else I'm putting on. So I had this in the pack. I'm thinking it's going to go somewhere. And then I have, you know, doilies, hand-stitched doilies that could go. I don't know, I'm just mucking around here. Let's have a look at the embroideries, just a sec. Something like that could be good. See, I would cut any of these out and use those. Oh, I know what I wanted to bring over was Jarf's kits, pages as well. I'll do that. I don't know, have we looked at those? I've got them all printed. I just need to, I think I might use those flowers. I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of the same thing here. So let's see. I would cut them out closer. So this is just a vintage embroidered, it was a big tablecloth actually. And I just cut it up So you could, of course, embroider yourself if you want to, but that will take a while. Or otherwise, a nice way to get some hand embroidery on is if you buy some of these vintage ones that might be slightly damaged or stained and nobody's loving them anymore. Rather than shove them in a drawer, cut them up and use them so they can be enjoyed somewhere else. Okay, now what we need to, oh, let me just get Jarf's pages too. They're here. So they're very botanical. I think we might have looked at these, but they're very botanical. So I want to make it like a pretty florally sort of cover. So I've kind of divided them into 3. I don't want to mess that up because I have printed some things out twice and I don't want to make it the boo-boo and put the same thing down twice. Now, what I want to do here, while I'm looking at this is going to be on the front. Come on, get your car up the thing and off you go. Can you hear that? I'm being impatient. There we go. Now that might cover up a lot of what I put down, but it doesn't matter. So that might go, that's totally covered up that piece almost. It might go there, I don't know. And then I could have this here. But I don't want to cover everything, so I'll put that there. I might choose something smaller. Oh, yay, you managed. Now, I'm just mucking around here, so I'm not quite sure. What I like to do is just pin it down. Pin it in place just to see if that's what I would like. I won't cut that yet. I'll just tuck it up there so I can see. Let's just cut this out a bit more. And you can see it's not an overly fray sort of fabric, so that's good. Oh, now this could be an idea. You'll see why in a second. Because you've got to remember what is going to be my front and what is going to be the flap and what is going to be, yeah. So if I flip this over, this is about, so I'm going to have my pages. Let me just fold one. I may do 2 signatures, I think. So I'll have a bit of a spine. There will be a bit of a thickness to the spine, so that will probably be about there. And I may trim that down a bit, and then this is going to come over there. So we need to remember this when we're putting things down. But it's all looking very flat to me. I want some more texture, so I will be pulling out, and I might add a little bit of color. So I can start looking at it a little bit like this as it's going to fold. I mean, I'm liking this so far. I do have this gorgeous bee, which I think I may put up here. Will I put it there, or I could put it, I kind of like it there, but I haven't got any laces on yet. Boy, do I get myself into a mess. That's pretty. No, I don't tend to go into too many colours. I like that one. And some little pieces too. Some different textures, so let's just start having a look. I definitely need something more here. Okay, I actually need to open it out to see. I think I would put a piece of this. Oh yes, I'm going to like this there. I might have it come under this piece. Like so. Okay, so that's going to go there. Absolutely, that's double. I love that. I might put that there, or will I have it coming over a bit more? It's very thick. No, not that one. I like the chunky. Now that I've seen the chunky, I like the chunky. So that will go there. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to have my bee over here somewhere, and I would like just a little bit more of something else just here. I like to tear this one. It's that old and fragile that I can tear it. That's the back. And just maybe put that there. Now, is that going to be too much? I'm going to fold it up and see how I feel about it. But I also have this lovely fabric from Wendy. Didn't want to tear that way. Would I prefer a piece of that somewhere? I don't mind that. Okay, let's just start folding it. So that should be about the front, and that's going to come up there, and that's going to come over here. So this is, to me, is still very plain. It's the same as that one, so I don't want that. And also I'll punch a hole here and have some sari silk that will come out so it can wrap around. I think I might need some sort of colour. No, not that one. Okay. Now this is always something that looks nice, is a piece of ticking. And possibly I would have that go down there like that, yes. I already like that. So that's that, and then that down there. Aha. That's good. So that will go there, and I think that's okay there now. I haven't put my bee. I don't know now, I don't want my bee there. What about if I move this over slightly? Remembering that I'm going to be punching a hole. No. It'd be fine down there. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I might put my bee up here. Or there. No, not there. There. That's where the bee's going. Oh, I've run out of pins. Oh no, there's one. Okay, so I need to stitch those all down. And I just need to go over the edges of my fabrics. I think I'll just do them with an overcast stitch. As I mentioned, if you want to just use your machine, and I'm going to stitch this on with I'm going to use navy blue, just little teeny tiny stitches navy blue, and probably the same around the stitching. That with the navy blue, that will just be tone on tone, and that will be done with navy blue, and so will that, and also that one, and that might be just tone on tone. Oh no, navy blue as well. So that will be my cover. It's a bit of work in it, but I think that is super pretty. That's going to be, oh actually I can trim that off because I've decided on that. That aside, and there we have it. So that is what the cover is going to be like, and then next week we will construct it. I'll go through everything that I've done on it, and then we'll construct it, and you'll see how the journal will go together. So that is my Medieval Mirage Monday, guys. It's a bit different. I'm making a fabric cover. I haven't done one for quite a while, so I've laid it out like that, being aware of where my wraparound is and what I'm going to see, and what I'm going to see on the front cover, and that's on the back. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.